Hello again. We are now at the 2007 Chess World Cup. The 2007 Chess World Cup was held in Khanty-Mansiysk in Russia. It was from November 24 to December 17. And this event, the World Cups, are particularly significant as they are the first step of the qualification cycle for the World Chess Championship. This tournament was a structure where 128 players played a single elimination format. Magnus played a very good tournament. In the first round he defeated Chong Yuan from Australia. In second round he defeated Arkady Naidic of Germany, Lenier Dominguez from Cuba in the third, and Michael Adams from England in the fourth. And in the fifth round he is playing Ivan Cheparinov from Bulgaria. I think we have already seen a game from him, if I think so. Yeah, we already seen one game against Ivan Cheparinov. He is second best player from Bulgaria after Veselin Topalov, as we also have seen, and he has often been Topalov's second, and he's good at opening analysis. So let's see how this game went. So Magnus here is playing, it's known as the Torre attack. Nowadays bishop f4 is more popular, the London system is more popular. But this is fine. It's a good way for white to get out of the theory, and someone like Ivan Cheparinov knows a lot of theory, but maybe his positional play it's not as good as Magnus, of course. So if Magnus just can get a chess game, he should be able to defeat Ivan Cheparinov. So interesting, black plays c5. Sometimes black tried for e5 instead, maybe knight c6 or knight e7 and then e5, but c5 is also fine, and Magnus takes that one, of course. Now the computer likes this, thinks this is even, but I think this is kind of what white wants. White wants this kind of position. But I kind of like this move by Cheparinov, knight h5, trying to win the bishop pair here. But the computer is not so impressed. The computer didn't like this g5 weakening the white squares. As you can see, white has an advantage now, but he shouldn't have done g4. Apparently f4 was the correct play. It looks a little bit dangerous for a human to play f4 because he doesn't have a dark squared bishop, so maybe dark square can get weak, but they can get even more weak now if black does knight maybe bishop e5 or so. So Magnus does the g3 f4 move a bit later, and here a nice tactical move. Now white cannot take that one, of course, because bishops takes d4 and wins white's queen. So Magnus sees that, of course, and black managed. After white played f4, black's knight didn't have any prospects on c6, so it was good to reroute it and attack the f4 pawn. But what is happening now after f5? Magnus played e5 to defend his pawn. If f5, it looks like black's plan would have been to maybe sacrifice, or maybe start with this one. maybe like this. Yeah, and black just gets an active position, good play on the dark squares for a piece, maybe something like this. It's a bit strange that, but this bishop here, it's sometimes known as a big pawn. It just doesn't have any, like, it's not useful right now, this white squared bishop. So black would have some serious compensation here. So that's why Magnus plays e5 instead, to not allow that kind of counterplay, even if you would have won a piece. And f5 seems like the best move according to the computer. And white still wins a piece, but he doesn't have that pawn anymore, so maybe he has some... black's play is maybe not as good, but it still looks like black has fine play for the piece here, with the dark squares being very weak for white. So Magnus makes a practical decision here that bishop is worth more than a rook, so he just takes it. The computer likes that. That's the correct decision. And they go into this endgame here. It's just a rook. It's just a rook for two pieces. But when there is not so many pawns left, like here, the rook is often as strong. As you can see, the computer likes it for black even. But here it seems like it was kind of a it was fine. It looked more logical just to take the pawn here, but apparently this was fine too. But now, yeah, he should probably have attacked this pawn. It looks like if he would have taken the b2 pawn, then like all the pawns would be weak for white. So this looked like an error, even if it says that of course he can't take now because this fork, but seems like the computer thinks after e6 black can still draw this game, something like this. And it's a draw according to the computer. But now after c4 Magnus saves pawns. And apparently here he had to play rook b2 or a6 or a5, because now black's kings get trapped in the corner. And here, now when Magnus have gotten this set up, he threatens just to mate here, so only chance is to sacrifice the rook, but the bishop can come back and cover this one, so it's easy win for white now. But as you see here, Magnus is still making a blunder here, probably a bit careless here. So this is white is 99 pawns up here after like every move except what was played. So he played that one. And now it's a draw again. But g3 was mistake. it's not so easy maybe to play this one, but 2 pawns they should be able to work this out, being professional chess players. So black should apparently have pushed e5 and e4 here, and now Magnus had a chance to win with bishop d5 and then something like this, and it's forced mate for white. But now black could go with the king, I guess, like this. Let's see. Not like that. Should go here. And black will pick up this one with check, probably, or some drawing checks. But so it's a complicated endgame here, but lots of it's like Christmas here now. It's so red here in the notations. So it's also interesting to see, even now with there is only 6 pieces on the board, they can make blunder after blunder after blunder. Okay, and now it's quite easy to see. This takes and white queens and take this pawn. So that's that's a game from the World Cup in Khanty-Mansiysk in Russia. After Magnus defeated Ivan Cheparinov from Bulgaria in the 5th round, in the semi-final in round, let's see here, let's maybe pull up that that one here. I'm gonna end the video and I will pull up the bracket. Maybe it's easier if you see the bracket here, 2007 in the Chess World Cup. I will pull that up so you can see that next game. See you then.